They dreamt of a home, a dream home, and they strapped on their boots and chased their dreams by working hard and making money to sow seeds of investment in their aspirations. These investors are, however, now speaking of what has increasingly been turning into a nightmare, even in broad daylight. 4 years after they paid for the dreamy designs that should have by now been their homes, they are decrying a scheme they say is fraud. In the middle of the scandal are the same people who are at the heart of the Banda Homes debacle. Lilian Kiarie with more.
This was the dream, presented in picturesque fashion. 4 years later, this is the reality. Overgrown grass, idle construction material, and a land that whispers a narrative of neglect. In 2016, a real estate group dubbed Dinara Properties went out to sell a dream, an off-plan arrangement for 2-bedroom units at this prime land located in Ruiru, Kiambu County. The investors say that the developer signed a joint venture with the owner of this land, a woman called Salome Lenkai, who lives right at this spot, and the agreement was dubbed Dinara Lenkai Company Limited. Salome, who declined to appear on camera, says she provided the developers with her land and in return was to be compensated with some house units whose value would equate that of the price of land.
The plan was they do 3 blocks, and per each block was 18 houses, making now 54 houses in the whole area.
The 2-bedroom units ranged between 4.5 million to 5.2 million shillings, and the investors put in their money.
And committed my 1.44. According to the agreement, you are supposed to raise one. You are supposed to pay 140 per month.
I personally paid a 30% deposit and did some 3 installments to Mr. Kamau.
The agreement was that the houses would be complete within 2 years, which was in 2018. The balance after the 30% deposit was to be cleared within that time. But 2 years down the road, instead of an announcement of the project being complete, the investors say they were greeted by their dream showing signs of becoming a nightmare. They say there was a fallout between the directors of the development, Andrew Kamau and Washira Wagoko, and some of the developments had eyebrow-raising signs.
The name they used there before was Banda. Then by the time they were selling here, they were Dinara developers. Then immediately we bought, around 2017, they said now they are selling as Tahira or something. So it's like they have changed the names 3 times over a period of 3 years.
The investors say they were summoned for a meeting and informed that a new company, Tahila Holdings, was taking charge of the project. They add that Andrew Kamau, who was the then managing director, had been axed and Washira Wagoko was to steer the ship, a move they felt was a breach of the contract they had initially signed, as they had also not been consulted.
We actually said we are not going to sign that letter, and Kamau should come and talk to us and tell us what's going on. He was actually abusive.
The guy is rude like no one's business. He just started telling us the way he has a lot of money. This is nothing to him. He has billions. He drives Range Rovers. So you're wondering, if you have all that money, why not give us back our money?
We reached out to Andrew Kamau, who is at the center of this controversy. He agrees to an interview and seeks to absolve himself of any fault.
I am not a director at Dinara Lenkai Limited. Any liabilities that were there were transferred to the directors. Like 2 or 3 years ago, I have no part to play in that.
There are also some solid allegations saying that you are very rude and arrogant to them.
I will not comment on that.
Okay.
I will not comment on that.
I want my money back, my investment back. We want our money back.
Speaking to NTV on phone, Washira Wagoko, who was in charge, said that the money they paid in deposit is what you see as the foundation and the construction of this land. Today, 4 years after the commencement of the plan and 2 years after it was set to be complete, he adds that during the meeting I held with them in 2018, I stipulated that it is up to them to pay in full so I can complete. All who want their money back should write me a letter to declare their interest. It is only after the completion of this project that I can pay. I have not breached any agreement. They have because they do not pay. The cat and mouse game being played by the developers has clearly taken a toll on the investors who thought that right now they would be living in their dream homes. They're now calling for prompt action so that they're able to go back to their daily lives. Lillian Kiarie, NTV.